Siddharth, brings me to a pertinent point, right? There's limited fiscal room, and there's a large need to try and unleash some amount of animal spirit, especially with regard to both capex, as well as especially in the manufacturing space, because that is where the low-hanging fruit with regard to getting the current account deficit right could well be. How should the government play it through the budget?
Well, that's indeed a very pertinent question and a very interesting one too. If you see of late, the way the government has played it till about, in the last few years, there was a lot of push on infrastructure creation, etc., where the government budget was trying to do some kind of a heavy lifting. So far as the investment momentum was there, it was just after the COVID scenario where the general investment momentum in the private sector had been particularly subdued. My sense is that since last budget onwards, or this particular year onwards, there's a very significant rebalancing in that particular approach that we are witnessing. What is happening at this moment is that the government has played that role for about 2 to 3 years, have done a lot of heavy lifting in terms of large infrastructure projects. But now, if you see the fillip or boost to the stimulus to the economy is coming in some other form also. This particular year had been a year where there had been very significant tax reduction, first on the income tax side, then on the GST side. Both will likely put some kind of a tailwind generate some kind of a tailwind for consumption momentum, or in general, at some point of time, it's expected that some amount of better sentiment about private capex will be coming back. At this moment, it looks like the government will be investing a lot in terms of boosting the consumption momentum, which had been relatively low in some of the previous years or in recent past. Now it has started improving, and once that improves, possibly the capacity utilization levels in industry goes higher, and that brings in the animal spirit that you are talking about in terms of bringing in more and more capex. Having said that, I would like to highlight one particular point. Private capex actually had been relatively subdued for a significantly long period of time. We need to see that how quickly it starts reviving, because that's the next important piece that we are desperately looking forward to.